So here we have the latest action camera from Insta360 called the Ace Pro, and this has a lot of features which we will cover in today's video. So I'm gonna run you through everything you need to know about this action camera, and at the end it will be up to you whether or not you think this is a worthy action camera for you. And starting with the specs, the Ace Pro has a 1/1.3-inch sensor with a fixed aperture of f2.6 and a 151-degree field of view. As of photos, the Ace Pro can shoot 48 megapixel photos in JPEG, PureShot, and RAW. The Ace Pro is also co-engineered with Leica, which is known to make outstanding optical lenses, which makes the image coming from the Ace Pro look outstanding. The Ace Pro is also the first ever action camera to get 8K resolution, which is available at 24 FPS, but you'll also find resolutions like 4K up to 120 FPS and 1080p up to 240 FPS. And when it comes to design and form factor, it looks similar to the GoPro 12, but the Ace Pro is slightly bigger. And moving over to the side of the camera here, we have a power on off button, which also works as a quick switch between profiles. So when you press this once, you'll able to easily switch between different modes. You can also organize the layout to make it more personalized with different shooting modes or your own custom profiles. And to do this, you select the circle with the 3 dots on the top right. Below the power button, there's a compartment for micro SD card and USB Type-C for charging or transferring media directly to a computer using a cable. On the top of the camera, we have the shutter button, and on the other side of the camera, we have a compartment for the battery. We can also find 3 microphones, one on the top, one on the side, and the last one is located below the lens. As a weight comparison, the Ace Pro has a weight of 180 grams, the GoPro 12 152 grams, and the Action 4 145 grams. There's also a 2.4-inch touchscreen which can flip just like we saw with the Action Pod from the Go 3. The added benefit to the Ace Pro though is that this is waterproof down to 10 meters or 33 feet, even when adjusting the screen. The advantage of having a flip screen is of course that you get a bigger screen when vlogging, so it's going to be easier to see and frame yourself. But you can also use this to your advantage when you shoot some cinematic videos or if you need some b-roll where you want the camera to be lower to the ground. Since the screen is adjustable, you can easily place this in a more convenient position so it's easier to see what you shoot. And when it comes to settings, when you swipe to the left from the right side, you'll have manual and auto settings like white balance, shutter, ISO, exposure, and phase priority. And swiping to the right from the left side, you'll have a library where you can find all your videos and photos. And swiping up, you'll find the camera settings for the mode you have selected, so in this case that is video mode, and swiping down you have the main camera settings and features like AI assist, quick capture, voice control, etc. And in this section, if you swipe further to the left, you'll get deeper into the camera settings where you can change something like sharpness, bitrate, and other settings. Now in the box you'll also find a new mounting bracket which easily clicks on with a push. The mount is secure and is held in place with 2 additional pins on each side, but Insta360 also offers a faster quick lock system which also has a 1/4-inch mounting option. Even though this is an additional accessory, it's well worth getting. The quick release option does also include a bracket with a 1/4-inch screw, which makes this usable with other cameras like the Insta360 X3. When it comes to shooting modes, the available options are normal video with active HDR, pure video for low light, free-frame video which offers adjustments like different aspects, better stabilization, video enhancement, and more when using the Insta360 Studio or mobile app, time shift, time-lapse, loop recording, slow motion, star lapse, burst photo, interval, HDR photo, normal photo, and custom profiles. So here we have everything you need to shoot the videos or take photos, plus some extra features to be creative. As for time-lapse, you can now create a dynamic moving time-lapses without moving the camera with the help of the Insta360 mobile app and this new feature. The Ace Pro does also come with some pre-made profiles, but if you want to set up your own, you can do this when selecting the plus option on the right side. And scrolling down, you can select one of the customs, so let's take custom 1, and now you can either save this as it is or change to different modes like video, photo, free frame, time shift, time lapse, and so on. And you can also change the settings like color profile, exposure value, and white balance, and the last option is field of view. And when you're done, all you do is to go back and press save. And when it comes to newly added features, the Ace Pro is also redefining how you can use an action camera with 10 amazing new features. The first one is pause record, which basically does what it says. So what you can do now is instead of stop and start recording, you can actually pause the record between takes. So let's say if you're out shooting a short sequence and most of it is happening in the same location, instead of having a start-stop record session, which will not only add multiple clips but also be less convenient, you can use the pause and resume function to bake every clip into one of the same file. So instead of having 63 different files to import, you now have one. The other feature is continue recording. So let's say you're out shooting the sequence, but it's not in the same location anymore, and you want to capture some footage from multiple places, but still want to keep it organized. With continue recording, you can go back into the library and select the same video and then choose continue to record, and the video will be recorded on that file, regardless of when and where you shot the video. That means you can use the pause function in one location and then stop the record and go to a different location, and then select the same video from the library and press continue recording. The next one up is cancel record, and this is basically straightforward. So if you started recording a video but figured, meh, I don't want this, then you can hold the shutter button, which will stop, cancel, and delete the video you just recorded. So it's mainly a faster way of deleting your files instead of having to go back into the library, locate the file, and then tap the trash can. The Ace Pro does also have a voice control, and you can connect your AirPods in order to control the camera. What's really nice now is that I can just say start recording, and now it started recording, and I can also say stop recording, and it stops recording. And I can also take a photo by saying take a photo. But the other awesome thing about the Ace Pro is that it also has gesture control. The only thing you have to do is to raise your hand to take a video and do a peace sign in order to take a photo. So it's now actually counting down, taking a photo here, raising the palm, and it starts recording a video. And you can also stop the video in the exact same way, so raising my hand again, and it stops the video. Now the next feature is pretty interesting. Because the Ace Pro can shoot 8K videos, we have a feature called Clear Zoom in 4K. This allows you to zoom into a 2x zoom without losing quality, but I think this works best with some examples. Another feature is also AI Assist, which helps you organize your storage when this is turned on. The AI will automatically highlight the best moments of your video, which you later can go back and review and then decide whether or not to keep these or delete them. But if you want to do this manually, you can also add your own highlights by press holding on the flag. And then we have AI Warp, which is a new feature to the Ace Pro. This is, or has been, not really sure how this trend is going on right now, but what this does is basically warp your footage into different things using AI. This is a feature accessed from the Shot Lab in the Insta360 mobile app, and the way it works is pretty simple. So you select a video which is between 4 and 15 seconds, and then you choose the whole frame, or you can select the draw option if you want one specific thing in the frame to be warped. Then select one of the pre-made warp options, or you can type your own by using the custom field. The next feature is something I think a lot of people have been missing, which is GPS overlays. The Ace Pro is the first ever action camera to have a dedicated integration from Apple Watch and Garmin. But since I don't have any Garmin products, I can only share my integration from the Apple Watch. What this integration means is that you can now use the workout program on your Apple Watch and then gather data like speed, calories, slope, altitude, track, heart rate, distance, and more, and then put these as overlays on your video. So if you have an Apple Watch and you want to use these overlays, the first thing you have to do is to go into the Health app, then select Sharing, and then select Apps, and then select Insta360, and then turn on your preferred activities. And now when you're out shooting your next video, you can select Workout on the Apple Watch and then your preferred workout, or just a random with no goal. It doesn't really matter. And then you can start recording with the Ace Pro, and everything will be synced up with the Insta360 mobile app, and you can later go back into the edit using the the app and then apply the different overlays by selecting stats. But if you don't have an Apple Watch, there's also a new GPS remote available from Insta360, which also has a live preview screen. Now the next feature is related to photos, and this is called live snapshot. So you no longer have to stop your record in order to take a photo. So when you start recording a video, there's a circle on the bottom left corner, and this is basically the shutter button for the live snapshot. So when I tap this, the camera will automatically take a photo even though I'm recording a video, so I'll get the full length of the video as well as a photo. And then we have the last one, which is a minor one, but this is well appreciated when you need it, and this is background download of your footage. So instead of having to keep the app open when you download files from the camera to your device or the app, which you have to do on the DJI Mimo app, you can now browse through my Instagram profile, watch all my amazing posts, like and share to all your friends and family without the download being interrupted. And when it comes to low-light videos, the Ace Pro has a new AI chip which automatically denoises each pixel to provide a better low-light image. But not only is the image getting better, but also the stabilization, which has always been bad in these action cameras when it comes to using them in low light. And to use the low-light video mode on the Ace Pro, there's now a dedicated shooting mode called Pure Video. So light correction and exposure, going from darker scenes to a bright one, the HDR on the Ace Pro really shows its power. And looking at this shot right here during sunset, the active HDR on the Ace Pro is doing an amazing job in correcting my face to not look yellow or washed out. Now another shooting mode we have is also the amazing free frame video, which is now up to 60 FPS in 4K resolution, and the benefit of using free frame is the flexibility you have in the Insta360 Studio or mobile app. So when you're done shooting a video, you can go into the Studio or mobile app and then change aspects, add stabilization, and do other changes. So if you want the same clip for a YouTube video and an Instagram reel, you can export the first in 16:9 and then just change the aspect to 9:16 and then do another export without doing any manual cropping or other adjustments to make it look good. And this is also where you find the 360 horizon lock and horizon level up to 45 degrees. So if you do more of the action sports or mountain biking, etc., then you'll definitely benefit from the free frame video mode. Now when it comes to color profiles, we have the good old vivid, standard and flat, but we also have 10 dedicated profiles for different activities. So whether you're out shooting a snowboard video or ride your motorcycle, or maybe you travel through urban environments, you can find pre-made profiles to use for these different scenes to make it easier to get amazing footage. As of photos, the Ace Pro can take photos up to 48 megapixels and has different aspects like 4:3, 16:9 and 9:16, and can shoot JPEG, PureShot and RAW, and also offers a variety of different shooting modes like Starlapse, Interval, Burst and HDR photos. Now when it comes to battery life, the Ace Pro runs on a 1650 mAh battery, which gives a runtime between 90 and 100 minutes when it comes to 4K at 30 FPS. It also has a fast charge from 0 to 80% in 22 minutes and 0 to 100% in 34-ish minutes. And when it comes to overheating, I've not experienced any issues at all when doing these battery tests here in the studio. Now, what are the benefits with the Ace Pro and should you buy it? The first benefit I can see is the amazing low-light videos coming from this camera. It really makes a huge difference, and if you haven't seen my Ace Pro versus GoPro 12 comparison yet, I'll leave a link to that video down in the description below. Another benefit is of course the 2.4-inch touchscreen, and it's so amazing to have this massive screen instead of trying to frame yourself on these small front-facing screens, and you also have the option to tilt it, so it really helps when you want to get down low. And another feature I love, of course, is the free frame video, and I just love being able to use the same clip for both Instagram and YouTube without having to do manual cropping. I just select the aspect I want and export. It can't really get any easier than that. And when it comes to white balance, even though I mostly use manual white balance, I still think 5500 Kelvin is more accurate to what 5500 Kelvin actually looks like in real life. And of course, the AI features, this makes it easier, more fun and more organized. I also think Insta360 is the best of the best when it comes to app use and to actually make things fun. Just look at the X3 for example, the best camera you can get in my opinion, and now AI assist, AI warp. I mean, what's next? Insta360 seems to amaze every single year, and now with new innovations, new technology and features. So that I would say is the benefit of the Ace Pro. I'm also curious to know, is this a camera that you're gonna get and how will you use it? Let me know in the comments below. And also don't forget to check out my comparison versus the Hero 12. Link is down in the description. And with that said, I really hope you enjoyed this in-depth review of the Ace Pro, and if you did, let me know by dropping a like and also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next one. So until then, take care and I will see you soon.